Drop shadow is a great way to add depth to your design and also make it more interesting. The problem is, by default, drop shadow doesn't look that good. But we can make it look good, we can make this more interesting by stacking multiple variations of drop shadow and parenting them one each other, and all of those things I will show you in the video. But before we get started, make sure that you like and subscribe as well, and also you can download the project by using the link in the description below. So let's dive in. So this is what we are going to create. I thought just explaining you how to create this shadow is not that much interesting, so I animate this from this, and all of this we are going to create within this tutorial. So let me first delete this. So now I turn this on. This is the text, the shadow text. You can keep the color, whatever color you want. This is the background, and we have applied a gradient, a lighter gradient over here and a darker color over here. Now I will just apply a fill to this, and the color is same as the background color. Now it doesn't that much visible. I mean it does not visible at all. So let me just apply the drop shadow. By the way, I'm using this FX console plugin. You can also search from here drop shadow, and here it is. So now it doesn't look that good. We can increase the opacity to 100%. The distance to be somewhere around here is fine, and softness is here. So now you see it is very much visible. Now we can duplicate this one more time and one more time. So now we have it. Then we decrease the opacity for this to 70, this to 85, and we'll keep this as 100 as it is. So now it's time to make this a little bit more interesting. So the color, I mean, keep this thing in mind. Whenever you're creating the shadow of anything, you can keep the color as black. That is the by default color of the shadow. But what I prefer and what you should have to do is just click on this and keep the color same as the subject color, and then go into the color and make it darker. You might be thinking, what is this? So this is a little bit more, what I can say, a professional approach to creating a shadow, and it looks more real. So we'll keep this somewhere around here is fine. And now we'll just keep the color same as this. So now we have it, a perfect shadow. Now we'll just have to change the distance. So for this, I will keeping the distance to be 40. And for this, I will keep the distance to be 60. Now here's the fun part. If you want to create a shadow that looks real, you should have to apply a bevel alpha. So now you can see it add a little bit of shine, what I can say, bevel to this, and just decrease this. I think 1 should be fine. 1.24 should be fine. So now you can see it add a little bit shading, or I can say a shine to the edges, and that looks pretty interesting. You can see here it is. So here is the tricky part. If you want to change the direction of this shadow, then you will change this, but this too doesn't follow this. So for this, or also the color, if you want to change the color of this should be blue. I don't know why you do this, but say for example, you want to do this, then there is no approach to make the color of both drop shadow to be the same. But for this, we can make this parent. For parenting, I will just click on E. That will open the effects. Then I will just drag this and drag this as well. By the way, I hit tilt key, and that will open this in full view. So for the shadow color, I will just pick this slider and drag it like so on this drop shadow one. And for this as well, I will just click on this and drag it to this shadow color, this first effect. And for the direction as well, I will do the same thing. I will parent the direction to the direction of the first shadow, and for this as well. So now, see the magic. If I change the color to be yellow, it is yellow. If I change the color to be dark green, it is dark green. So now you have it. Also, now if we change the direction of all the shadow is changing. So that is pretty interesting. And you can make this as preset by just clicking on all of this and go to animation, save animation preset, and name this just shadow real or whatever you want to name this. And then you can just apply this. You don't need all this. You can just search from, go here and go to animation preset, user preset, and there you find the shadow reel. Here's the shadow reel. So just drag and drop this, and here you have it. You don't need to do this again and again. And that is a very huge time saving thing that you can do. So now we just created this, how we can create the sun. Okay. So for this, I will just decrease this, the size of this. So somewhere around here is fine. And to adding a sun, I will just alt click on this, alt click one more time, and this will open the ellipse tool. I will change the color to be white and the stroke to be 0 or null. Then I will just drag this something like that and create an ellipse. Control double click to center the anchor point. And then we apply a drop shadow. Yes, we're adding a glow by using the drop shadow. So we'll just keep the opacity to 100%, the distance to be 0, and the softness to be somewhere around here. And I will just duplicate this one more time. So now we have it. Then we'll apply a fill to this and see the magic. It looks like we have applied a glow to this. So that is another use case that you can use the drop shadow as a glow. So now it is looking good. Then we have to animate this. So when it is here, let me just first animate this ellipse. So I will just click P on the position and add a keyframe. And then I will go on 2 seconds, and then we'll keep this sun. This is our sun here. Okay. And then we'll hit G on the keyboard. This will open the pen tool. Then we'll curve this path. This will create a smooth, more organic kind of movement. So here we have it. And now you can see it is going something like that. So now we have to animate this. So just click on the direction. And firstly, the direction is here. The sun is here, then so the shadow should be right from here to here, from left to right. So just something like this. And when we hit on the second keyframe, then the shadow is like from the top left to the bottom right. So we'll just keep this something like that. And now we have it. Yes, we have it. See? But one more thing that we can do is we can just ease this, hit F9, and here we have it eased. Also, we can apply the motion blur as well. So now we have it. You can see a pretty gradual sun shadow kind of thing. So I hope you learned something new from this video. If yes, then make sure that you like and subscribe this channel, and also comment whatever topic that you want for me to cover regarding After Effects, obviously. And yeah, that is all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.